Good afternoon, ladies, gents, and NBs. I hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, this afternoon I thought I'd explore the map of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas a bit. How's your weekend going? Mine's been going pretty well. I was gonna go to the church today, but unfortunately it's not on live stream. Uh, they're doing pre-recorded videos, and I think that kind of takes away from the magic of going to church, or rather the sense of community. I can understand live stream and stuff because that's what I do, but when someone takes away the interaction of actually going to church, it doesn't feel like church to me. It's just my beliefs. I don't know. I guess the church does change a lot. I'm United Methodist, in case you were wondering too. And today is a Sunday, so it's a holy day. Yeah, aside from that, I had a pretty good weekend. Seems that my friend Steve found my DeviantArt page. I'm kind of glad about that. Hi, Steve, if you're watching. I'd give you a wave, but gotta really focus on this. I can't really sorry, I was gonna say. I can't really take my hand off the controller because controlling the jetpack's not too easy. You know, I love this jetpack, and it reminds me a lot of, surprisingly, that Jimmy Neutron show. I did make a fanfic about it a long time ago because, personally, to me, he was... Ooh, do you see that car wreck? To me, James is a little bit selfish, so I made a fanfic to make him less selfish, kind of my interpretation of it. It was a harsh lesson he had, but he got rid of his ego real quick. No, that's just... I just believe in that. I believe that, people need to be taught things, and some, especially with, modern kids now, a lot of them don't have any discipline, and, they're never told they're wrong, and that's pretty messed up, because it creates a lot of entitlement, and it's not good. It's not the way to raise the next generation. They're not going to be prepared for the real world. And that kind of worries me. No, I'm just rambling on a bit. I had some coffee today. It was really good. Now, like I said, I've been trying to watch my sugar intake and stuff because it's possible I may eventually have diabetes if I'm not careful. It does run in the family, and my Aunt April has it, and I do not want to get that illness. It's very, very expensive, like the insulin and pills and stuff, and I don't want to go through that. The economy's tough already as it is. I'm not going to talk about politics, but let's just say I am disappointed in how the economy's going. Because people need to buy stuff to live, and oh no. That's just my stance on things. Yeah, my cat's doing well. She slept with me all morning with her underneath my arm. She has a habit of sleeping under my arm. She's such a sweetie. Currently, she's out in the living room, possibly looking out the window. Yeah, we're having a nasty snowstorm too here. Not sure if you guys are as well. Tell me in the comments how much snow you guys are getting if you're on either the East Coast or the Midwest. I live in the East Coast, so that's why I'm getting the storm. Yeah, if you guys have noticed, I brushed my hair today. Quite glad about that. This is so cool. Yeah, I love the jetpack though, it's so cool. And if you guys are wondering, I was going to play some music. I'm thinking about doing that, but I'm not sure what you guys would like to hear. I have about 300 hours of video game music. It's kind of crazy. Thanks to Zophar's Domain and KS Insider, which no longer has the features. Every good thing has to come to an end eventually. That's just how life works. I don't know, that's just my belief on it. That's the coolest thing, though. Yeah, I signed up for Workforce Alliance, which I'm quite glad about. My goal is to become a housekeeper, as I've said before, like a professional housekeeper. So, we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Yeah, in case you guys are wondering, I am very pale. That's just how my skin tone is. Like my therapist says, I need to go out in the sun more. I'm sure I will eventually. Yeah. This is actually... Sorry about that, I have a dry throat. Part of my medicine, my Zyprexa, gives me a dry mouth. It's not fun. Yeah, I take some heavy-duty I take a heavy-duty antipsychotic called Zyprexa because I'm very, very restless, and it's part of having bipolar type 1. There's days when I can be like wild and run for sound and very, very go-getter, and there's other days when I just want to sleep in all day. It's just how my mind is, and it would be a lot worse if I didn't take medication. That's why I don't understand why some people say that they have bipolar when they really don't, and they don't get checked out and stuff. I'm not a fan of self-diagnosing. I think that's probably one of the worst things you can do, because it takes away, like, I don't know, it just takes away from people who actually suffer from certain illnesses. That's a big reason why I'm not a fan of that Boogie guy who faked, well, he faked having cancer. That was not nice. You do not do stuff like that. Yeah, I've watched that show a little bit. Personally, to me, I think it's kind of like a dumb show. I don't know. My beliefs. Okay, where are we? Oh, okay. I gotta head south now. There we go. We reached the edge of the map. That's crazy. Yeah, I went to therapy last week. Had a good session. Yeah, my therapist reads my stuff, and he knows the kind of mental state I'm in, which is, I'm kind of glad about that, too, because he's a good therapist. He's actually helped me out far more than any of my other therapists did. And I still have a ways to go, but things are going to go pretty well. I'm excited. This way. Yeah, I'm probably going to make this in, or at least going to reach Mount Chiliad, so this might be a 2 to 3 part video. Hopefully. Hey, there's the bay. You know, whenever I see that bay bridge, it always reminds me of that one song Down by the Bay. I was in a chorus class, or I was in chorus when I was in first grade. I actually had my own solo too when I was that age. It was at Alcatraz. That's just San Fierro. Okay. Yeah, I actually had the song, the Mary Poppins song. I can't really pronounce it, but it's like pretty long words. It's like one of the longest words in the English language, and I got the first verse for it. Yeah. I was very, very stage shy too. Like, I'm still a bit camera shy. That's why I write a lot better than how I speak. But, yeah, my cousin actually ended up, she ended up actually mouthing the words to me, which is kind of nice, but I probably should have, like, figured it out on my own, and I don't know. I'm a better writer than I am a speaker, and definitely not as good a singer as I used to be. I used to be a soprano a very, very long time ago, and then, well, stuff happens. You get older, and now I'm a mezzo. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was rude. People are so rude sometimes, aren't they? Yeah, we're almost to the edge of this. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make this into a 2-parter. This is awesome, though, isn't it? Okay. Well, I'm gonna end the video here, and then I'm gonna make a next one. So, yeah, be sure to drink plenty of fluids. Make sure you have enough food for the winter, the storm. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, which will be in a few seconds. Be sure to check out my other socials if you guys want more content. And I love y'all. I will see y'all soon. Next video. Okay. Bye-bye.